buy yourself pretty much for the most part. They'll put you on a 30-day free trial, but this right here, I think you're really going to love. I pay about 15 bucks a month for this subscription. And let me just come in here and show you what I'm talking about. All right, this is the name. It's Snappa, like SNAPPA.com. Go in there, create a login and password. You know how it goes. You know the standard game. Pretty soon in the future, they'll just have to scan your eye and they'll create your credentials for you. So I really love this. It's a graphics creation tool. And I'm going to show you some examples of some things that have been done. So like I'll show you some of the saved graphics that I've got. You can see I've got all of these different templates in here. I'm using that as a demo. Welcome to Apex. Got a product, closure systems that's inside of our Apex program. Life levels, night school with love for Madison. That was an initial design I did for a podcast I'm working on. So you can see I've got all of these different things. I even designed a greeting card in here. So it's pretty awesome. Check it out. Pretty simplistic tool to use. You can do some cutting and pasting. I'm going to show you some very basic tricks. So that's kind of cool. I made that from a template, but I was able to put in a lot of really cool things. So it's a pretty awesome tool. So, all right, let's go back to the menu and we're going to go to the Save Graphics. Let's go to the main menu. And let's say that you can see like last night, I did a thumbnail for YouTube. So that was cool. If you want to create thumbnails for YouTube, you can do that. I created banners for an event that we have coming up. We have a couple of events coming up, and I'll tell you more about those here in a little bit, how you can get in on it if you're really interested in being in the room with Stuman for a couple of days. We've got our final live events of the year coming up, but they're only for members. So it was a special introductory offer for you tonight. Something called Voice My Book, you know, so that's kind of a cool situation. You come in here and make everything, memes, you name it. So I'll show you something else I made with this. They've got some pretty cool features. You almost don't even need a graphic designer. If you can follow templates and go through and have a pretty decent eye for a design, or have somebody in your network that can go, hey man, that doesn't look right, or hey, that looks great. You can pretty much get it taken care of and figured out yourself. But I'll tell you this, I was talking to Jose earlier today, and there's a certain psychology to colors. And I'll show you an example of what you should not do. And I kind of learned the hard way, and I probably invested more time than what I actually needed to in order to get this done. But the lesson is very clear in this, that it's okay to invest your time to learn something brand new until you get so comfortable with it. What's going to happen is every time you go back to the drawing board, you're going to find a faster way to actually get a lot of these things done. So simple as that. I'll kind of show you what I'm talking about. You can notice this is a black and white photo. I got a black overlay, and then I've got like white lettering. Then I've got just a splash of color, a couple of yellow stars to go, hey, what's up? We're still alive over here. So let's go in. I'm going to show you. We're going to create a graphic. And we have a few different templates we can choose from. You can do custom, which is really awesome. So it goes by pixels. Do research on pixels. Again, I'm not a graphic artist, but I know enough about this to be dangerous. Here's the beautiful thing about it. If you are not even closely, remotely able to come up with anything creative, you don't have to. Stop using your brain cells to create something that's already been created. So a Facebook post, let's go in here. Oh, look at that. They have all of these templates that you can go in and you can create yourself. They've already been created, right? Maybe you don't like them. You can go in there and change the colors and the backgrounds and things like that, no problem. Or you can start from scratch. So let's go back here. We're gonna look at some other templates that they've got. Facebook link, Instagram post. Let's talk about the Instagram post. So, and these are all made out so that they've got the correct settings and everything. You don't have to go in and resize or anything like that. Look at that. That'd be great if you owned a restaurant. If you dream it, you can do it. You can go in there and put some really creative things in there. I'm gonna show you. We're gonna do a couple of things here tonight, and I'll show you what you can do with this tool. It's really, really phenomenal. So you get the gist. They've got quite a few different templates in here. Pinterest. They've got a LinkedIn post template. They've got an Instagram story template. They've got a Twitter post. The blog featured image. That's awesome. The YouTube thumbnail, right? There's so many different apps out there. Well, you know, for $19.99 a month, you can blah, blah, blah. We get just a thumbnail creator. This does a lot more than just that. It's infographics, blogging. Look at that. Blogging, infographic, ebook cover. You want to, if you're a writer, you can create an ebook cover in here. Facebook cover photo, event, group, SoundCloud banner. If you're an artist or you got a podcast going, you can create something that fits just to SoundCloud. You know how it goes. You go to like 7 different sites and they've all got different specs. that you need to adhere to in order to get your graphics up. And it can be a nightmare, especially if you're waiting on the graphics guy. Those guys are unreliable. God, they're a pain in the ass to deal with. If you've never dealt with a graphics guy, thank your lucky stars. So Fiverr does a little bit better of a job, but I'm telling you, like when those dudes are out, they're out. I'm just saying, you can't spoil the ones in different countries too much, because what happens is you get one that's really good, you start referring them out, and the next thing you know, they're so busy they can't even handle your project. So think about that. I know that it works in the scarcity mindset, but it'd be better to tip the guy a little bit more if he's just going to be exclusive to you. Just don't share him with somebody else. So those are my 2 bits. All right, Zoom virtual background. You can go in there and create one of those. Email header. I made a cool email header. I think it's a cool email header. Maybe you won't think it is, but let me show you. Look, you see that right there? Yeah, see, nothing fancy, but it's mine. I like it. When people see that I call, they know what my face looks like, so they can have an image. Oh, there's a smug looking bastard that, you know, probably be okay to talk to. Looks like he's, you know, somebody that knows what's going on at Breakthrough Academy with my account. So just share that as an example. You get the film strip ad, the push down ad, and the billboard ad. These are really great too, because inside of your phone site, you can create a graphic that says buy me, and people can go in there and click it. It'll take them to that place. So, all right, so let's go in. Today we're gonna keep it real simple. I usually do a blog featured image. So I like this background. You can see we've got a few different templates in here. See, look, DIY design tips and tricks. Why beta testing is critical for your business. 3 simple tips for growing your business online. So you've got a good idea of what it's supposed to look like. And it doesn't have to be too crazy, but this is based on what's working right now. You can see it's very simple, very straightforward. Not one of these has more than 3 different colors in them. Notice that, right? So that's number 1. Number 1, you want to keep it real simple. Keep basic colors. There's something that's called psychology of colors, and you really need to do a little investigating on that. Jose turned me onto that, and he said, look, man, there are certain colors that mean certain things, especially as it pertains to graphics, what red means versus purple versus blue versus pink versus beige versus anything and everything you can imagine. So you see there's a lot of pink in here, right? So yeah, kind of cool. Blue, that's likable. Ooh, I love cupcakes, and I like the color blue. You can go through and take a look and see exactly what people have created and things like that. So if you're looking for a new, cool, useful tool, this is it right here. All right, so let's start from scratch. It's called Snappa, by the way, if you're just tuning in. It's S-N-A-P-P-A, and it's about 15 bucks a month. You can get the free version if you want to, but that's no fun. So you want to own it, right? You want to be able to put your sticker on it and your stamp. So got a couple of basic features. What I always do is I'll just come in here and look. Let's go through the background options. I'll turn that music off. It's probably distracting for you. So we're going to come in here. You can see I can go in here and search an image. I'm going to put hearts. Let's take hearts, for example. Beautiful. Beautiful. So we've got hearts. I'm going to go here. Let's find a really mushy one. I can use that as a background, right? But let's say you don't want the background. You want to create something completely different that doesn't even look like that, right? So let's do this. I'm going to go here. I'm going to show you a really cool trick. I'm going to go to graphics. I'm going to go to photos. I'm going to type in hearts. See that same couple right there? Double click it. We're going to remove the background. So now it's just got the couple. There's no balloons, right? No balloons at all. This background, I'm going to go back to the background tab. I'm going to put in this. Isn't that neat? Ta-da! Going to make it really awkward. You can see like it's not perfect, but it kind of gets the point across. So like they had a little splash of red in there, so you can't really completely get rid of it, but nobody's watching. They'll probably go, oh, look, she's got a mask on. It's so pretty. So let's go in here. I'm going to go to my uploads. So what you can do is you can remove the backgrounds from a lot of these pictures. So you can see we got Drewby. We've got, watch this. We're going to make this fun. Here, we're going to remove the background on this. Here's Drewby checking him out. Yeah, Drewby's smiling. He's like, yeah, what's up? Okay, let's do this. We're going to go down here. We're going to put Stuman checking it out. Look at that. He's just like, what the hell are these dudes doing right here? right? Just kind of put Stu in the background. So it's a really, really cool design and resource that you can use. That will make Stu as big as the. So do a lot of cool things, right? Like back in school, you're like, hey man, let's see if we can get us all in the picture. Well, John wasn't there because he was sick. You know, remember he was, he had the shits or something and he ate something bad and he got food poisoning. Remember he was out. So always Photoshop your friends in now. It's pretty cool. But that's a really awesome thing to work with. Effects. Let's take a look at effects real quick. If you wanted to put like an overlay, something to just kind of filter, you know, everybody's got like that little filter. You can kind of see hearts, but it's not the vibrant red bouncing colors that you normally see. Custom colors, you can go through here and you can pretty much pick any color that you want for that. So you see it's got like a little yellow tinge to it. If you want to darken it a little bit, you can. If you want to blur it a little bit, you can blur the image in the background, right? So people can kind of make out its hearts. You want to saturate it, you can. I probably wouldn't do that though. And the hue, you can lighten the hue of it. Hue rhymes with blue, so just remember that. Brightness of it, you can always check that out. Look, make it really bright. Ooh, that's nice, I like that. I'm gonna get Truby out of there because it just got awkward. So we're gonna go here, and this is what I love about this too. You can come in here. They have a few different font options. I like it. I think you can actually add a font if you've got something like that, a special font that's unique to you, something you had developed. Love is in the air. So go like this. I'm gonna go like this. So I'm gonna just click in, and let's say I want to put like raise it a little bit, give it a little depth. I want to change, you know, I can put the different graphics in the background. I'm gonna keep it real simple for now. So you can go here to the offset. Whatever that color is, right now it's gray, so it's not going to show up very well. You probably want to get something a little brighter. Now, the problem with that is it's the same color, so you need to go with a different color. Let's say we go with red, right? So it kind of gives that, ooh, love is in the air. Put a little blur on it. I want to make it glow a bit. There it is. It's glowing. You see it glowing? Isn't that beautiful? You're going to put in shapes. You can put in shapes. So let's say we wanted to put in like a background. It's a really cool tool, and like I said, you can create it for pretty much anything. I think we made one of our course covers like this, and what you want to do is you want to move that to front. There it is. Bam. So it was behind the block. Now we're going to pull it to the front of the block. Now, because we've got a different background, you can see I'm on that. If you go on and click it, see it's changing the color right now. Okay. See that? So that's always a cool thing. And listen, if you don't have time for this, that's fine. This is something cool that your team can use. This is something that you can use this as a supplement if you're between graphics guys or not. So go in here. Let's go. We got a border, so we're going to make sure that we have a solid border color. Let's say we want to put a little yellow on it. Bam. Oh, did that do the yellow? Let's go back in here. No, it did not. So we're going to go here, here, and you got to select it from here. So should be solid, good to go. Bam. See the nice yellow border? Kind of gives it a little pop. So I really like that. If you want to change the opacity of it, you can on the graphics. If you want to just have like an appearance of like a couple just in the background, faded into the picture, that's awesome. If you want to change the degree, put them sideways, you can, right? Oh, look, they're upside down. Oh, look at that, they're standing sideways, right? Same thing if you want to go the other direction, but we want to send them back. Let's say you want to flip and rotate them, you can. So you've got a couple of different options. You can flip and rotate, right? So now let's flip it around. Oh, look, now she's on the left. Oh, look, now she's up there. Oh, wait, they turned around. Let's bring them down. There we go. That's not the original picture, right? So we're going to flip them back. Bam, back to the original position. So if you want to duplicate it, let's say you want multiple couples. Oh, that's cool. Look, they got twinsies. Twinsies, you just hit that button right there. So you can realistically create an army of yourself. So if you ever wanted to know what it's like to have multiple children of the same child, like the bad child, just like create a graphic like this and you'll be like, oh my God, thank you so much. I'm glad I don't. It's going to pull my hair out. All right, there we go. So we just coupled it up, right? Looks like the same couple everywhere. You can have fun with this. There's a lot of stuff that you can do that's really, really cool and creative. So if you're using it professionally, or if you're just doing this as a hobby or whatever the case may be, you know, you can have a lot of fun with this. I think we can push that to the back. Maybe, I don't know if we can or not. Oh, there we go. Okay. Yeah, so these are really, really, it's a very fun resource and tool that you can use. As far as like graphics, you can go in. I wanted to show you some, they have some icons. Okay. And here you can go in and pick some vectors too. The vectors are a little bit different. I don't have a lot of experience with these, but they're kind of fun. So if you wanted to add something in there, you could. That has nothing to do with that. I don't know what that is. So let's go back to graphics. Let's go to photos real quick. Let's say I wanted to put some hearts in there. Hey, that's really pretty, right? So we need to get rid of the background, remove the background, and you're just gonna have your hearts. So, oh, that's so pretty. That is so cute. So you might inspire somebody to actually get busy and start designing some stuff. So you wanna come in here. Let's say you want to add somebody else. Let's put Tom, or let's put Ryan Stewman in there. There we go. How about that? We're gonna remove this. Hey, look at that. Ryan's like, yeah, love is in the air. Look at that. So kind of cool, right? So it makes it pop a little bit. But let's mix it up just a bit now. I'm gonna go back to the background. So you gotta remove the background. If you want to get rid of that, you gotta get rid of it. The color, we're gonna go to color. Here's a trick for you too. If you want kind of something that has a gradient to it, I'll show you what I'm talking about. Let's type in yellow gradient. And again, you can use this for like podcast posting, you name it. There's not much, you know, if you have to design birthday card, birthday party invitations, you can. So I think I might have already grabbed something like this, but I want to show you. So the way we source these, we just go in, we find the image. I type in yellow gradient and you can see what comes up, or type in wallpaper. You can usually 9 times out of 10, you can right click them and save the image as. And then what you do is you go in and you want to upload it. So let's just say yellow gradient, yellow gradient. I'm going to come in here to Snappa again. And again, this stuff doesn't take very long. You spend 30 minutes a night playing with this stuff and you're going to become a dominator. You hear me? Become a dominator. All right. Well, I know I have friends that talk like that. So they're like, they have to enunciate every single last one of the words. I do not like that. Okay, here we go, yellow gradient. Ah, did we have a fail? Oh wait, no we didn't. Let's see what we got here. Hold on. Let me go back up. I love you, Chrome. You're so awesome. I probably have too many cookies. I need to clear out my cache. So let's see if it saved it. I was having issues with this. It usually doesn't crash, but probably just because of my computer user error, but you can use this on Mac or PC. And if it doesn't come back up, we're going to end the session tonight. Look at that. It didn't save any of it. It's so important. That's lesson number 1. Make sure you save your design. So demo design. Shame on me. Rule number 1, save, 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 save all the time. So what I was going to show you is you can go in here and you can pretty much put any background in here you want. I know I've got a yellow gradient. I wanted to show you that. That's not it though. Let me show you. So we got purple, but I had a yellow one. That's okay. Let's do this. I'm gonna do that one. Let's say I want to put a picture over it. You're gonna have to go to graphics. Then you're gonna have to go to uploads. So that's where everything is, right? And then I'm going to pop it with little red. So bam, phone sites. Look at this. Actually, you know what we can do? We'll make that tonight. So I'm going to do this. I got that in there. So the background was already gone from that, so I don't have to worry about that. Let's go into, you know, like this. No, I don't need to do that. You can see my demo design is already there. I'm going to click save real quick. Usually it has an auto save on it, but if you don't save it after a certain period of time, it's going to wipe it. So I got this. Let's drop this in here. Oh, look, there we go. It's a black and white photo I took, so you can find some apps to do that. Let me come in here and put in Hot 9 at 9-ish and see how you're kind of setting the stage from a marketing perspective. People think like, we believe what we see on TV, and we also like remember billboards. I mean, I know we still have billboards that exist right now, but in the future they're all going to be digital and glowing, flashing lights and things like that. I'll tell you, strip clubs are probably the most brilliant marketers of all time because they've got the LED signs and stuff like that. And liquor stores too. Notice that all the things that aren't really good for you or conducive to a family environment are all lit up with neons. Think about it. Just saying, Cavender's Boot City, that's good for you. So yeah. cowboy boots. All right, so let's call this the hot 9 at 9-ish. Kind of cool, right? So I can go in here. If I want to keep that, I'd probably just keep that the same, but I'm probably not going to underline it or anything like that. You want to keep it real simplistic. What Jose was telling me is that, you know, people are more into cartoonish type of things right now. So short form, more cartoon. So just kind of keep that in mind. All right, so we got hot 9 at 9-ish. I'm going to put in another text layer. Let's use the subheading. I'm going to use a different graphic too. Use well, that's not really too much different. It's okay to use different fonts. So I'm going to put this here. Let's see, broad. And you always want to make sure that you can read it. You want people to be able to, you don't want them to strain or, you know, have to look close to you by. Then I'd probably put a logo in here, but in this case, we're just going to go phone sites. So that's probably a more edgy graphic than what I'd want to use for this, but it's just a sample of what you need to see to use Snappa. I love it. You put it left, put it left justified, right justified. You can center it if you like. Line spacing and letter spacing, you can do that with it, right? So open it up a little bit, move it around if you don't like where it's at. Your line height, if you want to open it up, you can do that. So there's a lot of really cool features I'm going to put in here. See, just kind of pulls it off the paper a little bit. I'm going to go in here, I'm going to darken this a little bit. So I can come in and pull custom, just bring it down to the color you want. Makes it look real easy, doesn't it? It took me a little bit to get acclimated to this. So let's do a strike through. Okay, we don't want to do a strike through. Let's do, oh look, it's got caps. See, I can't even hit that feature. Now we got it all underlined, we're going to underline it. So I wouldn't stress too much about, you know, the exact design. The main thing is to put something together better than what you had before. It's better than a lot of things. But I'll tell you though, black and white works really well if you think about it from the standpoint of all newspapers are written in black and white. Guess what's got credibility? Newspapers. People still read them. New York Times. What is it? USA Today, right? Except for the blue that they got splashed on their paper, but that's about it. Most papers are black and white. Books. You read books, they're black ink on white background. So just kind of keep that in mind as you're going through the whole design process. If you are going to use colors, use no more than 3 of them. And then here's another thing I'll tell you. Look, if you want to, here's something cool. So you like to make it real cute. I'm going to put a star by it. You can do that. Come in here and you can color this. Let's make it a bright yellow. Ooh, yellow is my favorite color. I love yellow. I'm going to go ahead and make the outline yellow as well. Or I'll make it green. Why not that? Come in here and just kind of drop this in the corner so it gives it a little splash, right? Little fancy pants, right? If I want to come in, I'm like, oh, cool. I don't want to go back and find the exact colors, duplicate the layer, and swing it around, and bam, look, now you get a border. Oh, wait, you want to do that again? Hey, let's, oh my God, we just did it again. Oh my God, I can't believe this. Check this out, right? So, bam. I was used to do the 4 corners things on my projects. I don't know why, but it was an OCD thing. But I'm not an OCD person, but I'm pretty sure that's what that came from. Okay, bam. So there's that. So we got a little design element. What I'll tell you before we wrap this up is Snappa is probably one of the most versatile tools that you can use for designing anything for social media. If you want to design a book cover, you can do that. If you want to design a Facebook or Instagram post, you want to create a banner for your email marketing or advertising or anything like that, your websites, your landing pages, you can do it. And listen, I'm going to show you some examples here real quick too inside of phone sites, and I'll show you what I did with my monstrosity of show you what I did with Canva. With Snappa, and it was a little much. Like this is the one where Jose is like, "Hey man, you probably just overdid it on that." So I'm like, okay. And Jose is a stone coldest dude that I know in terms of like making funnels. He makes all of ours here at Break Free Academy and works with Stupid on getting a lot of that stuff out to the marketplace. But that dude is savage. There's nobody in the game that can touch him. And he built some badass sites on phone sites. Mine, I'm still in transition, but you can see like I put way too much color on there. It was like, oh, do you want a rainbow? Cool, I got a rainbow for you. So we've got audiobooks, we've got self-narration, and we've got editing, proofing, mastering. I love this, but I made these using Snappa, and that's my point. So you can see I kept the color schemes very simple, except for this one that was already a pre-made graphic. That's another trick too. So if you want to go in, people think, oh, where do you get the books and the design ideas? Just go in, let's say you want to create pink ponies. All right, let's see, pink ponies. Let's do that. Look at that. They got pink ponies. Listen, if you can imagine it, it's already been created on the internet. So let's say you wanted a picture of a pink pony. You can go in there and do that, right? If you want, let me show you something I was working on last night. Love in words. Let's see. Look at that. Oh my goodness. Look at that. Look at that. It's showing up right there. So you can take that, right click, save the image as. Don't worry about the copyright stuff. 9 times out of 10, if somebody hits you up, they're gonna be like, hey, listen, this is your warning, and you gotta stop using those graphics. You don't have exclusive permission. If you want permission, you need to respond to this person here. Okay, great. Otherwise, it doesn't matter. It's not worth the time, the effort, or the resources to be chasing somebody down to just enforce a copyright. Stay away from the big brands, I'll tell you that though. But if it's on Google, it's pretty much free game. Some people will put their watermarks on it, no problem. I don't know how to get rid of the watermarks, but if you're good at recreating and you're a hell of an artist and you can manipulate technology, you're not gonna have any issues. But again, you wanna keep things very simplistic, and that's one of my funnels for phone sites. So it's for published authors, you know, kind of giving them some general information. I'll show you, it got off track. This is where it got real nasty and ugly. So I had this great idea and I just put too much information out there. I put way more information out there than what I needed to. So, but it was more of the process. I'm glad I went through the process because it forced me to use Snappa and use phone sites and integrate this. You can see I wrote everything out. I put some backlinks in there, which you can do with phone sites too, by the way. Benefits of self-narration. Again, this is like way too much. The purple's way too much. And you can see on the desktop, if you're 60 years old or 70 years old or 80 years old, then this is perfect because it's big enough for you to read. But anybody else are like, no, go to hell, I can't do this. You can even book a consultation. So I've got my Calendly link integrated into this. So the combination of Snappa being one of the tools for design, you can also come in here and create opportunities for yourself, for people to meet with you. So I know there's a lot of mystery shrouded in that, but we're going to talk more about that in the future on how to use phone sites and leverage it, because there are a million things that you can do with it. It's kind of like a Swiss Army knife. People are like, I didn't know you could open up a can. That's crazy. I didn't know you can open up a tuna can with that. Yeah, you sure can. Did you see the little feature? It's kind of like that. It's a multifaceted tool and resource that you can use to build landing pages, websites, create offers, and you can host webinars on there too. We've got people doing it all day long. So, and we've done it ourselves as well. So I think one of the most recent webinars and trainings was hosted on phone sites. So, you know, there's a lot of different ways that you can do this, and we come up with the most simplest things possible. So I shouldn't say we, I say Stewman, like he understands the concept. Just show me and tell me like I'm a 5th grader. That's it. Awesome. So let's go back here. You kind of get the gist of it. Make sure you go to snappa.com. It's a really cool resource. You can go down and you can share it. You can save it. Always save it. But here's one thing I want to show you. You can save it in like high res, so on web optimized formats too. So I hope that helps you. That's it for the Hot 9 at 9ish. We should probably take it out with a little music. Let me go like this. Bam, bam, bam. Oh, and I was going to tell you too, if you want to get in the room with Ryan motherfucking Stewman, we've got 2 more events. We've got 2 more events coming up. Okay. We've got 2 more events coming up that you can potentially get into the room. Okay. And one of them is our Flying Friday. You can come in as a guest. It's only $2,500 for the day. Okay, I know that seems like a lot, but you're gonna get more information in that 1-day session with Stewman and all of our top level executives than you would probably the whole year. Okay, going through reading self-development books and things like that. We've also got a 2-day event coming up too. It's October 14th and 15th, but you have to RSVP, and I think it's like $2,500 a day. So for that, it's gonna be really, no, I think it's, yeah, that's what it is. Really going to be a great investment of your time to come check it out. We'll see what we're all about. And then, you know, we'll probably have something in store for you on the back end too. So if you want to get in the room with Stewman, he puts together a great panel. We've got a lot of killer speakers and coaches and guests that are going to be coming in. I'm telling you, this is the place to be. If you want to work on everything in your personal life, all the way to your business, everything is connected. I had a great question today that was posed to me. And she says, Danny, she goes, do you recommend that I have a business page and have, you know, my personal page? Like, do I share? What do I share on those things? Do you recommend I keep those things separate? I say no, because people want to get to know who you are. They want to know what you're about. They want to know things you know how to do. And 9 times out of 10, they're not going to care what it is that you do. They're going to want to know whether or not you're going to jive with them, whether or not you're going to be the person that shows up in their word and does exactly what you say you're going to do. Though that's what people are looking for these days. Products, services, doesn't matter if you in mortgage, or you're selling snow cones, or you're a doctor, or if you're a massage therapist, whatever the case is, there are tons of services just like yours around the corner, okay? What you got to do is you've got to establish the reason online by becoming the attractive character of why people want to pick you and work with you to begin with. That's the main essence of what we're talking about here. So I want you to keep that in mind as you're going through this process, racking your head of like, where do I even start? It's real simple. Number one, you got to get networked and connected with the people that are actually doing the very thing that you want to do. You want to make money, you want to get big business, you can. You want to make connections, you're going to have clients for a lifetime, you can. Do you want to build a business? Yeah, I'm not talking about one that you're working in every single day. I'm talking about one that you're working on every day. One where you recruit people. One where you're going on to speak on stages because you wrote a book, you started a podcast, then you started growing your team because you got so busy because people found you and they liked what you were about and they fell into your culture. That's how you grow your community. That's how you grow long-term residual success like that, okay? And in the process, you're gonna take a couple punches, but you know what? You're in a network with people that have already gone through it. So your learning curve is shortened by probably about 2/3, right? So, and you save some money too. So that's something you ever want to talk about, you can always reach out to me. I know you're like, Danny, you're the guy with the long hair. Dude, if I cut my hair short, I would look like a Marine. And then you'd be like, oh, I think he knows what he's talking about. So get that little prejudice idea out of your head. So, and listen, if you want me to cut my hair, I had a contest going on today because I made a post. Get this. Made a post and they're like, hey, listen, we'll do a $1 match if you come in and get Danny to cut his hair. So I got a threshold. So if you want to get in on that, hit up Jeff Ducharme. But anyways, thanks again for tuning in. Hot 99 is brought to you by Phone Sites. You can build a landing page or website in 5 minutes or less. Go to phonesites.com/love. Take care, peace, and we'll see you next time on the Hot 99ish.